In this video, we're going to be covering the topic, do you need to be really smart and have a high IQ to be rich? And this is a question that I'm sure even wealthy people struggle with. They wonder, if I was just a little bit smarter, could I be making more money? And from what I've observed, this is just from my observations, I could be wrong, but I have done a lot of study of a lot of wealthy people. It's generally true that having more intelligence definitely helps, but once you hit a threshold, then it's not as helpful as you think it is. I'll give you the best example. This guy, he makes $1 million a year, at least. And he couldn't even do basic math. I was watching this video interview of this entrepreneur. His name's David Siteman Garland, and he literally was talking about how much in revenue he made. So that might not be net profit. So he might not actually be making $1 million per year, but he's definitely making at least $1 million per year in gross sales before he has to pay for expenses and, you know, employees and everything. Anyhow, he literally said, I make this times this per month. How much is that? And it was a very basic mathematical equation, and he could not figure it out. He literally got out the calculator and spent about 2 minutes trying to figure out the answer to that question, which was ridiculous. And I'm not saying he's done, I'm not saying I'm making fun of him. I'm simply emphasizing a point to encourage you and to show you that it's not necessary. In fact, a lot of podcasts and interviews that I listen to, oftentimes they would say something like, when I started out and when I used to be broke and before I became a millionaire, I saw that guy who was rich and I said, I'm definitely smarter than him. He's dumber than me. How come he's rich? And that seems to be like a common phrase that I keep hearing. And the point that I want to share with you from that phrase is that it's clear that you don't have to be a genius to make a lot of money. If you have a certain threshold of intelligence, basic intelligence, it can be pretty easy. Obviously, the higher intelligence you have, the better. But my theory is that once you hit a really good threshold of intelligence, then anything above that doesn't help at all. And Malcolm Gladwell, in his book Outliers, he says something very similar for not intelligence, but IQ, which is pretty much intelligence. Although I would say the difference is that intelligence, there's multiple different forms: social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and so forth. And I mean, a great example of this would be some of the best math whizzes in the world. Yes, they make a lot of money, but they're not billionaires. They're usually like still students. There's this one Asian math whiz who's like really smart, but you know, he's studying in school and he's probably made millions, but he's not made billions. So certain other things, business skills, which anyone can learn, start taking a advantage, such as being able to delegate, being able to find something that's unique so people can't copy you. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.